All right, we are recording. Let's go. I'm Matt. That's Luis, better known as Film Freako, winner of the Screenplay Rent Assistance Grant and creator of the Never Alone Award. Thanks so much for being here, Luis.
Thank you so much, Matt. Such a pleasure to be here with you today.
Absolutely. Well, let's jump right in. So let's give the audience a little bit of context about you, where you're from, and your experiences as being a writer and director.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you see here, my name is Luis. People in the space know me as Film Freako. But yeah, I'm Luis Vanegas is actually my full name, Luis Enrique Vanegas. I'm Colombian. I'm from Cali, Colombia, and I live in Bogota, the capital of the country. And essentially, yes, I'm a filmmaker. I've been a filmmaker for the past 11, 12 years of my life, more or less. And writer, director. I'm crazy about genre films, all that's fantasy, horror, sci-fi. I'm basically looking to tell stories that tell that something about reality that or about fantasy, if you will. Try to stay a little away from reality. I mean, I love documentaries and all, but my taste or the things that I like to do are more in the fantasy realm, weird things and stuff. So I've been doing that for 11, 12 years now. Yeah, as a writer, director, I've shot many short films, many music films, two feature films, one which is written and directed by me, other one that is just directed. One is in distribution, in like about to start distribution right now. The other one is in post production, and I'm aiming to shoot a third one February next year, and I'll tell you more about that later on because it has a little to do with the Silene and the Rent Assistant Award that we won.
Well, perfect segue because that's my next question. So thanks for that background. That's great context. So congratulations again on receiving the Screenplay Rent Assistance Grant for Silene. So tell us more about that project. What was the inspiration to write that story, and where would you like to see it go from here?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, it was an amazing experience at DCP. Uh, Silene, yeah, yes, just to go back to Silene precisely. Silene was conceived originally, if I remember correctly, because this was, I think, 2020. Uh, yeah, mid 2020, more or less. And it was initially conceived to be a feature film because I was like in that need, in that creative motivation of doing something. And the last film I shot took me 10 years to do it. And I was like, okay, I need to do something now. I'm a whole new person. I'm a whole new director. I want to see what am I able to do now. Besides the short films and other stuff that I did, like in a longer form, in a longer format. What can I do? So I decided to write something that I was gonna be able to shoot right away. Of course, knowing me, it became bigger than I expected. So of course, I did not end shooting it right away. So it evolved and eventually it changed, and now it's not a feature film. It is a series, a mini series, if you will, or limited series, as people know. And yeah, inspiration, I don't know. I mean, uh, probably watching other films. I'm a big fan of Mike Flanagan, and around that time, I was like crazy. Probably still are, but I was crazy about The Haunting of Hill House. So I wanted to do something in that realm, like with that feeling, because I loved what he did in terms of characters, storyline. Of making us actually care about characters within a horror context, which is hard and it's not very usual. So I fell in love with that concept, and I wanted to go and experiment myself with something like that. So I guess that's kind of the inspiration, but I would say the motivation is to keep doing and do something quickly, even though it changed, and now it's something that's going to be much much bigger, and it's part of a bigger project right now that I'll guess we can talk further on, which is the NFT project around it, and everything that's going on around Silene, and all that we're doing, like literally right now in that creation process.
Excellent, excellent. Well, that is great to hear, and glad that DCP's grant could help advance the project forward. So you're not only someone who's applying for grant awards, you're actually creating grant awards as well. So tell us about the Never Alone Film3 project. It's currently out there on the Decentralized Pictures platform, and at the time of filming this, correct me if I'm wrong, submissions have closed, but there's still an evaluation period for a few days. By the time this video goes live, more than likely that will be closed. But you created that, and it's a really interesting combination of an award for a screenplay that already has a production company behind it to actually produce the screenplay into a real short film, and there's an NFT derivative component attached to it. So it's like everything that Film3 is all about, which is just amazing. So walk us through that project.
Great. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are very excited with the Never Alone Film3 project experiment. It's such a crazy thing that we're doing, but we're so excited. It actually wasn't the idea of my dear friend Sherry. I met her in the Film3 community. She was one of my first collectors when I dropped my first collection, which was Elena. And we started a very beautiful relationship from that process, and yeah, we get together essentially every week on a call and say, hey, how are you doing, what's up, how can I help you, what's going on, like catching up on things and what's going on in the space. And in one of those calls, we were talking about, we're going to have a Film3 Summit on LA. It's going to be a revolutionary, a historic moment for this movement. And we said that we should take advantage of this. And there's going to be a bunch of us in there. There's going to be very talented people. Sorry, my cat.
Well, now we have to know what's the cat's name.
She's Cleopatra.
Okay.
She has her bed right now, so right here. Sorry, she has her bed right here. So she's, because the computer is here, so it gets warm. She loves it.
Cleopatra's an extra in this show. I love it
for sure. So yeah, as I was telling you, the idea was like to take advantage of people being on LA, or of people from the community that we have become friends with, of meeting new people as well, and getting a crew together to actually shoot a film, because we are all this time like talking on Spaces, on Twitter, on different platforms, like how is it gonna work? It's gonna be beautiful when Film3 becomes a reality, when NFT films become a sensation, the evolution, the next step, the next wave. We talk a lot, but we need to do more, right? So we said like we have to do this right now, and well, Sherry came to me with it. I was thrilled with the idea, and since I had just been so active in the DCP community, I proposed, hey, we should for sure go to DCP and see if it's something that could fit their platform, their community. And it fit right away. I spoke with Leo. It was like immediate yes. Leo loved it, and we are so happy. We're so happy we made that choice, because we now, as you said, it's closed, but we got like 15 submissions, which is, for me, it's crazy in the short amount that we had for this. And not only 15 submissions, but 15 great submissions. We had some amazing short films there. I am very actually anxious and nervous to find out who wins, because that will determine a lot of what's going to happen in the next few days. But yeah, I'm very happy with all the process. Very happy with all the stories that were submitted. Um, and we will be shooting like in a week, in a couple weeks or so, like
Wow.
shooting right after the Film 3 Summit. So it's gonna be like an experiment in the whole sense of the word. In terms of, it's gonna be crazy. I'm sure we're gonna pull it off, but I'm hoping we can pull it off the best way as possible. We're getting people like on Twitter, on the Film 3 community, getting people like DP, editors, producers, assistants. Like, we're trying to build a crew with a little Film 3 community, and as well, like, we're trying to invite people from the outside of this community, from the traditional Web 2, if you want to call it,
Mhm.
film industry, hoping we can bridge some of that gap, as is often said in here. But yeah, hoping we can invite people to join this movement, and like make a little contribution in that area. But yeah, we're very, very, very excited, and I'm very thankful with DCP and the community.
Excellent. That is awesome. So best of luck. I know it's exciting for you right now, and I can't wait to see the results from that award. And so I know that there's an NFT component attached to that award, and it works perfectly as we move into this new topic. Something else that you've been behind, the Echoes NFT project. So, especially for folks that are kind of brand new to this space, and especially like you mentioned it, folks that are, maybe in the film 2 space, interested, exploring the new Film 3 space and what it's all about. And, with being a blockchain decentralized components to NFTs, how does that NFT aspect work in this new world?
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to answer that in the less amount of time possible, because it's such a huge topic. But
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
essentially, the the NFTs and the Web 3 in general are bringing the opportunity for us as filmmakers to um, find new ways of distribution, of funding, of production, and even of creation. Like, quickly, I entered this space with a short film called Elena, that was not distributed yet. I decided to distribute it as an NFT. I created a collections, broke the short film into 3 different chapters, and sold it out, and made money, if you will, with the distribution of a short film that I don't know. I think it's something very particular, very unique. It's not very usual for one for us as filmmakers to make money out of short films, even if it's not that much, or something. There was an interesting process where not only I made money that allowed me to distribute my film on a festival circuit, like paying the fees and stuff, but also helped me create a community uh, of I want to call it. I mean, we call it community, but it is also like a network of other talented filmmakers, producers, and fans as well, uh, that are helping me now in all the other processes. So by getting to know all these people, now they have the NFT, and that NFT is acting like a key, if you will, for a private server that we have in Discord. And that private server can only be accessed if you have the NFT. And on that private server, we are creating. So we created something called the Coders Room, which is part like of the ecosystem that we're building. And in that Coders Room, to roll a little back to Silene, we are like creating all the universe. Well, at first it's gonna be bigger, but in first place, we're creating all the universe for Silene. Like, for instance, there is a character called the Guru, which is this Spanish guru from the 80s that talks a lot of crazy, but a lot of wisdom as well, and is a little creepy and, well, a very interesting character. And we had a task, for instance, with the coders room, and they helped me create the character, like develop it correctly. And guess what? We shot something from that. We shot an how do you call it? Like a short piece with the guru that we ended up using in another short that we created on that coders room as well, which is called Aurelio's Nightmare, and I'm hoping to release it very very soon. And that short not only was created in that community, the writer is a good friend now that I met from this community. He lives in London. He's a scriptwriter, and now we're friends because of the NFT thing. He created it, and now it is a reality. It is crazy, and it is part of the Silene universe. So in some way we are already writing the plot for Silene. It is some like weird way of writing where we are shooting stuff like this is technically a sequel to Silene without having shot or even written completely Silene. So it is kind of a new approach in creative terms. It has been such an amazing experience. uh, I know that the all the NFT thing, it's complicated, but as part, yeah, going back to the Film3 Community Award, as part of the prizes or the awards that we're giving to the top 5 scripts, we're going to be giving out one of those NFTs that gives access for people to go and write with us. Like, it's not only to come write with for us and that's it, but the writers get a split of the potential revenue that we get from those films. And yeah, just to wrap your question up, Echoes is like well, an NFT, and it was originally conceived in September 2021, I believe. And it was the first thing that came to my head when I realized there was something called, or there could potentially be something called NFT films or film NFTs. And the echoes are essentially more of that, are short pieces that feature characters within the universe of Silene, speaking things that belong in the universe of Silene, and is the way I'm planning to fund the production of that series that won the award on DCP with the short concept, the proof of concept script that we had, which is like 15-20 pages, I think, which is a short film and is as well on the universe. So as you say, I'm talking a lot about universe, but
Sure.
it has been such a wonderful experience because we get to experience the creative process very, very differently.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just incredible all the different aspects that are evolving in this space and new ways of financing and distribution of profits that are made with these projects. And it's just it's a wild time and a very interesting time to be in this space for sure. So we've already captured a lot here, so we're gonna focus now just on decentralized pictures. So this platform is really on the front end, along with a handful of other players on the front end of Film3. So, in your mind, where do you think DCP is at today, and where do you think they're going to go into the future?
I mean, I gotta tell you the truth. I heard about DCP like hmm, February, March this year, if I remember correctly. And I remember it was Julian Flores from the community who brought it up. He was very excited about DCP. And back in the day, I didn't even. I mean, I did check it out, but I don't know how, or I don't know why. Maybe I was too focused on Elena and all what that was going on there. but I didn't pay too much attention to it, and I regret it because eventually I came into DCP and like explored, studied all the model, the platform, all the things that you guys are doing, and I was mind blown because essentially is the opportunity like for filmmakers like me, independent filmmakers that never had a chance with traditional systems. Like to give you a brief example, I have never even applied to the funds, like the governmental funds here in Colombia,
Mhm.
because I've seen so many friends that apply and apply and apply and apply, like even with the same project over and over and over again, and never get it. I don't know if it's a matter of there's way too much competition, or I don't want to say corruption, or maybe friends, or I don't know, weird stuff that happens in the real world, that maybe for me it was frustrating, and I didn't even apply. So when I heard about DCP and the possibility of having uh, like the funds and the reviews for the winners of those possible funds be decentralized or curated by a community of filmmakers, and that curation process was as well done as you guys did it, like in terms of reputation, all the mechanisms that are in place for that to be fair, so it doesn't become like a popularity contest. I fell in love with it, and I'm planning to be on DCP from here on, and I have all my faith that this is going to be huge, huge, huge. So I'm putting all my energy into it. I'm reviewing, like lately, not so much because I've been so busy, but I'm gonna be reviewing every single thing that's up in the rounds, in the current rounds, and I'm very very happy about the way it's shaping up, and I'm here to support whatever you guys have in store for us in the future.
Well, that's one heck of an endorsement there, Luis. So, and I think I'm with you. I mean, I think we're on the front end here. We're in the first inning, and it's going to be really exciting to see what happens. Just it's only. I mean, the main net for the talent net that's behind this thing has only been the main net's only been live for a handful of months, and
Mhm.
so we're still very young as an organization, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens, not just in the coming months, but the coming years as well. So, someone new to DCP to Film3, how do you talk to them? How do you talk to them and explain this world? Because I've had conversations with other folks that, do you approach them with the film aspect of it? Do you approach them with the film plus the blockchain plus the cryptocurrency film credits that's attached to the blockchain? Do you approach it to them about the community that's around this new exciting platform? How do you engage with folks on this space that's really hasn't been discovered by a lot of people yet?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example that I think can work. Just recently had a lunch with a good friend of mine, a director. He's a very successful director here in Colombia. His name is Andres Beltran. If you guys look him up, he's working nonstop. He has like a lot of shows on Netflix, a lot of shows on Amazon, like two or three features. Uh, the guy is not stopping, and you would think, okay, Film 3 is not for him. Film 3 is just for us, that we need it because no one is paying attention to us. The industry is closing the gates, whatever. But guess what? I talked to him and I painted him the picture not of a blockchain, not necessarily of films and NFTs, but of liberty. And that is, I think, the clue to attracting filmmakers, because even filmmakers like him who are like successful, they have a career already, they still have to work on stuff that they sometimes probably don't enjoy as much, or are just working for productions that are not what they dream of, or not their own creations, if you will. So I approach him, and I have approached a few directors as well here, uh, telling them, "Hey, man, this is like the opportunity for us to create the things that we actually like, our own stories, without having people is telling us, no, you cannot do that because it's not going to be commercial, or it's not going to go well with the audience, or whatever reason. uh, that's not happening here yet. We'll see how it evolves. It is so early that it is too hard to predict the future. But for now, it's such a beautiful thing, and I always come to them telling them, I've been here for 2 years now in the NFT and the Film3 thing. And nowadays I'm living off making my own things. Like I get to say that, and that's crazy because I'm not a millionaire by any means. But I'm managing to get enough to like pay the bills, pay mortgage, pay all the necessary
Making a
things to live.
living.
Exact. Making a living by actually doing short films, by doing experimental films that I haven't done since a million years ago. And now, thanks to NFTs, I can explore that possibility to experiment some weird stuff and create with communities. So I would sell it like that. In his case, in the case of Andres, he was so excited. Let's see if he decides to make the jump because he's so busy. But yeah, I would say that that's the selling point, liberty.
That is incredible. Thank you so much for that, Luis. And I think it fits nicely within just the origins of creating decentralized pictures from American Zoetrope and the ethos behind finding talent in new and innovative ways. So that's perfectly stated.
Hmm, hmm.
So we are at the time of filming this, we're just a few days away from the Film3 Summit. And you're going to be attending in Los Angeles. So, what are your expectations? This is kind of a new thing, first of its kind. So, what are you expecting from this summit?
Well, I'll be doing a lot. I'll be doing a lot, so I'm expecting a lot. Mm, I know Jordan, the founder member of the squad, has put a lot of work on it. Julian as well has helped her. Uh, all the people, all the sponsorships. Sorry, my dog is asking for water. Uh, all the sponsors. Give me just 1 second because he's gonna drive us crazy.
Well, he's jealous of Cleopatra that he
Yeah,
didn't get on screen as well.
I'm gonna give him from my water. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So, there's a lot going on, and they have put a lot of work into it. And I mean, the thing that excites me the most is that this is essentially like the first event, like the first thing that's going to happen from the squad, which is the founding piece of all of these that we're living in terms of concept and the movement. um, it is the first event that's going to happen, and everyone is going to be there. Like, we're going to get to meet each other. We have been talking for such a long time, and in NFT time feels like it's been 10 years. It has not been that much by any means, but it'll be so fun to get to know everyone. I'm so excited about that. uh, on top of that, uh, some interesting like parties and panels and activations, different things are going to happen. uh, I'm looking forward to premiering the film I told you about, which is going to be the first short film built within our coder's room, and the first thing created from the Silene universe, aside from the echoes, because the echoes were shot a long time ago. I haven't released them yet, but yeah, my idea is to release that film, or at least a first cut, because we literally shot it like a week and a half ago. So I'm running on post production to see if I can make it. But yeah, the idea is to premiere that film. I'm still defining the details on that. And also, well, on top of all of that, we're going to be shooting the Film 3 Community Award, the Never Alone thing. Uh, and it's going to be crazy. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I am so excited and so honored to that, because I'm going to be the director of that project. I am so honored to be in such good company, not only for the scripts that were submitted, but also the talented people, the crew that is tagging along and building a team right now. So very honored, excited, and anxious as well.
Can't wait to hear feedback from that event. I'm sure that the social media channels will be blowing up here in the few days at that event. So exciting times. All right. Well, that concludes the main interview, but we got to finish with a little fun part here. So this is Matt's speed round. I'm going to throw out just a few questions. Don't overthink it. Just throw out your first word or two that comes to mind, okay?
Okay.
Favorite horror film?
I don't know if it's considered horror, but 2001 Space Odyssey. It's
Okay.
my like cosmic horror, if you will, at some level.
Love it. All right. So NFT films are.
Well, I'll say again, liberty for creators, for filmmakers.
Absolutely. We're saying again. Okay. So now I got to capitalize on where you're from. Colombian coffee is.
I have no idea. It's good, but I can't drink because it gets my heart pumping way too fast. Like it is weird that I'm Colombian. Yeah, I know, but yeah, I can't. I like it though. I remember liking it a long time ago, but it's really good.
Well, as I've gotten a little older, I kind of have to cut back on my coffee content as well. I love it, especially Colombian coffee. Some of the finest beans in the world are grown there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of gets my heart pumping as well. So I get it. So, your favorite Colombian food?
Favorite Colombian food? That's a tough one because I'm vegan and there's not like a Colombian traditional vegan
Uh-huh.
food. So I don't know. This is for sure not Colombian, but my favorite food are beans.
Beans.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. And a great substitute for meat as well.
yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, that's all I've got today, Luis. This was awesome. Thank you so much for spending half hour of your day with us, and I appreciate all of your engagement on the DCP platform. Can't wait to hear what happens at the Film3 Summit. So good things on the horizon, and best of luck with all your projects.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I mean, count me in whatever you guys are doing. I'm a fan, so I'm all for it. And thank you so much for having me today. It was a great conversation. Thank you.
You bet. All right, we'll see you. See you around.
All right, see you.